Let's figure out what was already working and how do I get more out of it. Today, I want to talk about LinkedIn and Twitter together. A lot of us have worked on Facebook and done a lot of video, but I want to show you some things that are working well right now with live examples that are working on some of these other social networks. And if we have time, I want to shift over to TikTok and Snapchat if you guys want to see. And you guys might be thinking, well, I'm struggling just trying to get my website. I'm just trying to get, Facebook or these other channels working. I don't really have time to hit all these other channels. But what I'm going to show you today is how we are cross-posting and reusing content. Okay, sound like a good deal? Because when we grow our brand, we got to meet everybody where they are. Wherever they are is where we got to meet them. But then again, we can't fracture ourselves, so we're trying to be everything to everyone. So I'm going to show you how we can do both of those at the same time. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to share my screen here. And okay, let me know if you can see this. Give me a thumbs up. Can you see my screen okay? All right. Now, I've done a little experiment with my buddy Alex Berman, who's a Twitter fiend and a 7-figure agency owner and a strong personal brand. Just a guy who's just amazing. Been a friend of mine for 7 or 8 years. And I gave him access to my Twitter so he could post on it. And I want to show you a few of the things that he's been doing. So you can see here that I've got a pinned tweet, whatever the latest thing is that I want people to see, or it could be something that's high authority. The one that I normally have as a pinned tweet is something that's got a couple thousand likes on it, and then I can boost it, and I'll show you Twitter ads in a second on how you build authority with that. And let's see. See, by the way, there's no limit on how much you can tweet, and there's no limit on how much you can cross post. I'll come over here. If you guys remember, I had a post on LinkedIn that got 2 million views. And here it is. This is the one I showed you last time. And the whole idea of social amplification is something that has already been working for me. I want to squeeze more juice out of, right? It's great to come up with new things, but I think it's so much better if you're lazy like me and you just want to use something that's already working. Let's figure out what was already working and how do I get more out of it, right? So this post, even though it was 3 years ago, we talked about last time how we had things like opening and closing loops, right? So we open a loop by saying, oh, I charged $2,000 for a $10,000 project. They're pissed. I want to hear more about it. I close the loop by talking about what it is. Then I open the loop again by adding another component of what it is. So I'm constantly opening, closing loops through one-line paragraphs that we call broetry. And then this thing got 2 million impressions, got me on TV, all these kinds of things, right? So this worked on LinkedIn. Now, can I get it to work on Twitter? Well, let's see. So just a few minutes ago, let's see if I can find, there's so many tweets here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cheat because I think Alex, okay, this one. All right. So I literally he said, hey, what was that LinkedIn one? And I said, here it is. It was a few hours ago. And he said, all right, cool. Run an ad on this one going for followers with a max bid of 15 cents. So, okay, this one, let's see. And this is literally that LinkedIn post chopped up into pieces. I've not boosted it yet because it just got posted. And you can see that Twitter gave me some initial engagement, and we can look at the stats on it by clicking the little analytics bar here. And we can see that 300 people have seen it, 71 people have engaged. Let me ask you guys, what does it mean where it says there's 71 people have engaged on it, but there's only 7 likes, 3 shares, and 3 comments? So what are the rest of it? So what is this? 13. So what are the other 60 or so? What do you guys think? Give me a comment. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? What is it that's driving that? And why is that important to know what the other things are besides likes, shares, and comments? What do you guys think that is? And by the way, it's the same thing that works on the other algorithms, because Twitter, they're looking at the people that are engaging. Others are retweeting. Yeah, Joanna. So that is a share, as a retweet. There's a lot of shares, and shares count more than likes and comments. So from an algorithm standpoint, yes, the shares are the best thing. So the 3 shares are worth more than the 7 likes and worth way more than the 3 comments. But here, detail expands, where people, they click on it because they want to see a little bit more. That's what's driving those other engagements. And if people watch let's say I've got a video, they watch the video, or they click on my profile, those are all actions that they could be taking that don't count as a public action, as in a like, comment, or share, where other people can see that you did that, which is like a micro vote, but they're still valuable to the algorithm. And they're still valuable to us because if someone's engaging on our content, then we know that that's someone who could probably retarget. That's someone who's interested. And you guys probably know on Twitter, you guys have probably gotten clients, gotten consulting, sold coaching and courses from people who never even engaged, but they saw your content. So don't be worried or disappointed that you didn't get a lot of likes, shares, and comments. And then you can see that we continue to add to this particular tweet by hitting the plus and extending it, right? Now this one, the actual LinkedIn post was a lot longer, but Alex shortened it to just a little bit more, right? To shortened it to fit on Twitter. So it's still broetry, just a few one-liners. And he said, let's take this particular tweet and let's turn it into an ad. So I'm going to show you Twitter ads. By the way, don't run Twitter ads from your phone. It doesn't allow you to budget. It doesn't give you targeting. It will just waste your money, right? And Twitter will, I'll even show you, like right here, I can be on Twitter on my mobile phone, and it'll give me the option of any one of my posts to be able to just straight up boost it from here, right? So I can click on any one of these like here. So now I'm opening a tweet and it gives me the blue button to promote. Don't do that on the phone. This is garbage. This is just wasting money, okay? Like any one of these tweets, I can expand one of these tweets. I can click on the analytics. See, here's one. I'll click on this one and you can see it expands this screen and it gives me some stats and it gives me the option to promote. Don't do that on the phone. That is a rookie mistake. Their analytics is not very good. And I'll show you where kind of the holes are. I'll show you where the opportunity is. All right, so here I'm going to Twitter ads here on the left side when I'm logged into Twitter. And you can see I've spent $479 just in the last few days. And let's just take a look at this at the overall level. And then I'm going to go into the creation of an account, or not the account, creation of a campaign and boosting particular posts on Twitter, just like we boost on Facebook for $1 a day. So at the high level, $479 for 130,000 impressions. Is that good or bad? What do you guys think? And if we go a little bit further, you can see that, we've got on some of these posts, we have 0.47, 0.5% link click rate, 14-cent cost per engagement here, right? 6% engagement rate, 10% engagement rate. How can I tell what's working here, right? Impressions is views, is close. An impression is someone who, is showing the ad. Now, whether they engage on it, that could be something else. And then the number of unique viewers is something that's a little bit less than that, because you might show the ad to someone like 1.2 times as a frequency. So maybe, if there's 130,000 impressions, maybe it's 100,000 unique viewers. But let's go a little bit deeper into not the campaign level, let's go to the ad level. So we're looking at boosting tweets. We're not using Twitter cards. We're not doing any other kind of ad formats. We're boosting the tweets themselves. And in a moment, I'll show you why that is, I believe, the only thing that is driving ROI on Twitter. And by the way, from running these ads in the first 4 hours, I think we spent $60 and drove $900 in sales. So now that we've spent $500, maybe it's like 5,000 in sales, not a lot of money, but we're just testing, right? I just want to show you how this is working. So now I've sorted by impressions, and you can see I've got 145 of these boosted items. Some of these will go for $1 a day. Some of them, go for a week. We'll go for 2 weeks. Some I'll go to $10 a day, but we start at $1 a day, usually, unless there's some kind of expiring deadline or the audience is really small, or it's something where I just know it's going to be really good. Okay, so this one, I'm promoting a course. How long does it take to be a LinkedIn expert? Alex did it in 4 hours. So this is broetry again, one-liners, very easy to read, very easy for people, right? We're making it super easy. It's not a full paragraph. And there's a link to it. Join LinkedIn X, which is the program. And of the 36,000 people that saw it, 198 clicks, so 0.5% click-through rate. And my cost per link click is 66 cents, which is not bad. Usually under $1 is pretty good. Now the cost of this traffic is about a $3 CPM, meaning $3 per 1,000 impressions. If you want to compare that against Facebook, Facebook's double or triple. So Twitter is cheap. Snapchat and TikTok are even cheaper, but their systems are not as good and the audiences are tougher to be able to optimize against. But check this out, right? So these people are assuming that we have the right targeting, assuming we have a good offer, then maybe 2% of these people will buy, maybe on the low end, 1% of people buy. So if 1% of people are buying a course that's $150, then our EPC, which is our earnings per click, is $1.50, right? So if the program we're selling is $150 and 1% buy, the average click is worth $1.50 in revenue to me. So if I'm paying 66 cents and I'm getting $1.50 on average, that's a little bit better than a 2 ROAS, return on ad spend. right? Spend $1, get back 2. Spend 66 cents, get $1.50. So I'm just about doubling my money. So that's how I'm looking at the math here. So this is how we actually can make money on Twitter. A lot of people didn't think it was possible. A lot of people use Twitter just for getting fans or just for getting, a particular tweet up to 10,000 likes or something like that. That's just vanity. We're here because as small business owners, often solopreneurs, we need to drive attention in a smart way that actually drives sales. You with me? Okay, good. So then we tried a video, and this is a video. I literally made it on my cell phone, and you can see here, I'll just play it for you. We were in LA 2 days ago, and we're eating chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles. Growing your Twitter account and finally turning Twitter from just some fun thing into an actual business. Best way to do that and get 10,000 followers is to join Twitter 10K. You can grab that at twittersU.com. twitteryu.com. twitteryu.com.
See? So I didn't even edit it. Didn't run through the VAs. I literally made it right there on the spot. So while I'm showing you some of these, I want you to think about what it is that you would like to be able to share. And then we could all retweet that together, or I'll even make a tweet and we'll make an ad together. If you guys want to follow along, we can make some ads together right now. So there's that video. I literally made it right there and I boosted it right there, and total time, 2 minutes, right? Can you imagine that taking 2 minutes from when you create an ad to when you create the content to when you launch an ad campaign against it? I don't know of another network. I've never seen anyone else do that as fast. And I'll show you that in a minute. We can just literally make another tweet and I'll show you how to boost it, right? So this video here, 24 seconds long. I like to keep it under a minute. 14% engagement rate. What do you think about that? 14% is 1 in 7, right? 1/7 is 14%. So I spent $180, 28,000 impressions, 4,000 tweet engagements, which is likes, comments, and shares. And I'm going to switch over to another view. Right now I'm in my Dennis default view where you can select the kind of metrics that you want and give it your own name under customize. But let's go to promoted videos just to see kind of how the stats are doing on this one. And then I have to resort. Oh, actually it's already sorted for me already. So I can see my cost per video view is a penny. So if I can get someone to watch my video for a penny and I get their attention. So the hook was, hey, there's something I love even more than chicken and waffles. Notice that's the same thing we're doing on the other social networks. We're creating an open loop. The open loop is I'm getting their attention. But what is it that's more interesting than chicken and waffles? Well, it's growing on Twitter and making money on Twitter. What do you think about that? Right? So people are hooked by that. And because of that, people are commenting, people are clicking. That's sending a signal to the Twitter algorithm because they're powered by the same AI that runs pretty much all the other networks, right? And that's getting me penny views. Now, it's not that I'm trying to get penny video views because I'm not trying to be an influencer, but the penny video view is a signal that this particular post could be something I want to put more money against. So initially I put $1 a day against it and I said, wow, this is so good. I'm going to step it up to $5 a day. I'm going to step it up to $10 a day. I'm going to now put $200 against the particular post or whatever it might be, right? Okay, so let's see, here's some other posts. Some of them are just text in embroidery format. Some of them are straight up linked posts, right? Where I'm putting the link in here. So it's a Gumroad post. And if I look at these particular posts, let's see, the one that, okay. Look, this is one we just looked at. Now it's up at 11. We've not even boosted it yet. Wow, what is going on with this? Let's see. See, it's purely organic now because there's no yellow bar. So 469 people have seen it in the last half hour, 84 engagements. I want to be north of 10%. So 10% of 469 is 46 or 47. Oh, look, it's going up in real time, 85. So this is almost double, right? 47 times 2, 80 or 94. So I'm almost double. I'm almost 20%. So that's pretty good. So this is showing Twitter, this is good. And because it's doing well, I probably want to promote the thing, but I'm not going to hit this promote tweet button. I'm going to do it inside Twitter ads. And the way I do that is I'll just show you this. I'll show you the campaign creation instead of adding it to an ad set, which I'll show you in a minute, just so you can see. So there's a tweet I want to drive engagement. I want to boost against that particular tweet, just like I do on Facebook. So I'm going for engagement here. I don't care about these other things. Reach is just going to give me garbage inventory that nobody else wants, right? It's leftover. It's like hot dogs. Once all the meat's been taken off, you're left with cartilage and fat. That's, intestine. That's hot dogs. You don't want that. Anything that's not been bought by the other advertisers, it's been sliced away, what's left over is reach. Do not bid for reach. I guess you could bid for reach if you're fast food, or if you are a universal advertiser, meaning you sell soap or potato chips and you just want to reach everybody. But us as coaches and entrepreneurs, and we're not trying to reach everybody because we know that we're not right for everybody. So I want to go for engagement because that's where the algorithm's going to do the work for me. Unless the more people that engage, the more people that the algorithm gets a signal to be able to show to other people. App re-engagement, we don't really care about. We never advertise on apps. That's just a waste of money, because if apps don't work, then no amount of spending money is going to make it better. You can't make chicken salad out of chicken shiitake. Don't worry about pre-roll views. Video views will sometimes work, but video views is kind of like reach, because I'm not trying to get people just to watch the video. I really want them to engage, and engagement's worth a lot more. Sometimes you could bid for website clicks. Website clicks is almost as awesome as engagements. You will get a lower cost per click if you choose website clicks, but you're not going to get as much engagement. And I find if you have good content, then if you choose engagement, you get enough engagement that the more people that engage on it from paid drives organic, and then that gets more people to click. So your cost per click won't be as good, but the balance of getting way more engagement, but almost as many clicks, if your content is good, is worth it. If your content sucks, just choose website clicks. If you have clients and their content sucks, just choose website clicks. There is no conversion because they're not optimizing to a pixel like you have on Google and Facebook. There is a Twitter pixel for retargeting, but they don't optimize to a conversion. So their engine's not really quite as smart. So in this case, we would, for most cases, we would choose engagement. Now, the one that Alex just made for me, he said, go for followers. So, okay, cool. I'll choose followers, but everything else is still the same. Now, the objective, choosing the objective will dictate how the algorithm optimizes for you. So what is optimization? It's bidding for you, and it's also sub-targeting for you. So it's really important to choose the right objective. You're going to choose engagement on Twitter 95% of the time. And this one, I'm going to say 2K, 2 million LinkedIn post, and it's a repost. And I'll say the campaign objective is followers. It's using my Visa. I'm going to do $1 a day. Actually, just for you guys, I'm going to bump it up so we get data a little bit faster. I'm going to do $10 a day, and I'll let it run for 2 days, which means my total budget's $20. $20 over 2 days is $10 a day, right? And it starts right now. And then I go next. Don't worry about ad groups. We never want to auto bid. That's why we don't use the mobile app. We always set a target. And do you see how ridiculous this is? Look, this is a sucker punch. They're trying to get me to bid $2 to $2.50 per follower. That's ridiculous. 15 cents. And then they'll give you a warning like, oh, no, if you bid that low, you might not get any traffic. I've been playing this game with you for 10 years, Twitter. I know exactly what's going to happen. I don't fall for you. I'm not going to fall for that trick. And if you're bidding for engagement in the United States, I like to choose about a nickel. They're going to come and say, no, you should bid 70 cents to like $1.15. I'm bidding a nickel. Maybe I'll bid 10 cents, but I'm not bidding 70 cents per engagement. For a link click, I might bid 70 cents, but then they'll say, oh, you should bid $5 per click. Like, no. So I like to bid a lot less than their algorithm says. And if for some reason we're not getting much traffic, but it basically never happens, then we can increase the bid a little bit, because maybe the content sucks and I'm not getting a high enough engagement rate. So I need to, bid it up a little bit more. Don't worry about these measurement options. Targeting, you could choose an age range, but there's a lot of people on Twitter where Twitter doesn't know their age. So there could be people in your demographic, and because Twitter doesn't know your age, then you might exclude. So don't think, oh, I only want to reach people who are, unless you're reaching people who are senior citizens, for example. I would let the content itself and the algorithm do the sub-targeting for you. So I just leave that as it is. In this case, United States, but maybe I will add Canada and United Kingdom. I find that for coaching that Australia seems to, we get more, like Canada and Australia and New Zealand tend to, they're smaller than the United States, but you definitely want to include these guys if you're doing coaching. Just be aware that the time zones are a little bit different, right? Okay, welcome Shaya, spiritual and unstoppable, love it. Don't worry about devices. Don't worry about OS or their internet speed. You can use custom audiences based on the Twitter pixel. I would use that only if you have enough traffic to your website that it's worth actually using. And then you could even do lookalikes, but I don't really recommend doing that. Now, here's the thing on targeting that most people miss. This is the most powerful targeting on Twitter. If you have a big enough base, then you can do follower lookalikes. So there, I just chose myself because I know my audience is pretty good. And it's saying, based on this, I'm going to reach 10,000 to 13,000 people. So that's pretty good. By the way, don't worry about being in this recommended green space. They're not as smart as Facebook. So the recommendations, just like you saw for bidding and budgeting, don't really make as much sense. And let's say you don't have a large following on Twitter. So there's not a clear signal for Twitter to latch onto to kind of initially understand who your audience is. Then target someone who you think is who you're trying to reach. So who is it that is, for example, there's a significant alignment between me and Alex Berman. So I'll target him. Yeah, you could target your competitors, right? So the beauty is you're using the algorithm to do the work for you by choosing the audience that you would like to be like. So if I could remarket to Alex's audience, that's basically what I'm doing here by choosing this follower lookalike. And the real smart combo is, let's say that you don't have your offer or program or coaching or package ready. Maybe you want to be an affiliate for someone else. Then you can sell their product and then do a follower lookalike against their audience. It's almost like cheating. It's like brand bidding on Google. It's like bidding on their name. And then you find people who are already predisposed to buy their content because they already know who that person is and they're more likely to buy. So if you're relatively new and you don't have a program, you don't have a landing page, and you want to sell someone else's stuff, or let's say you're a JV, you're doing a JV with someone else and you want to promote this product, or you guys are both promoting this product, but it's someone else's product, then you could put that person, that influencer, if they're big enough. So if they're 20,000, 30,000, I'm at 70,000, then that might be a strong enough signal to tell Twitter as an initial starting point, where do I want to fish, right? Notice I didn't choose any interest. I didn't choose age, sex, or location. It used to be that you had to be micro-targeted and choose all these different kinds of interests. And the same was true on Facebook. You used to have to get really, really specific because the algorithm wasn't smart enough. Now, I don't do any of that. And that's changed a lot in the last 4 or 5 years, the last 7, 8 years, more like, right? Isn't that kind of neat? You remember how you used to have to do all this crazy kind of targeting? Yeah, I can see some of you guys are nodding your heads. So I'm letting the algorithm do the work by saying, I want to reach people who are like me or who are like Alex or who are like, if you just put in these Twitter handles that are too small, it's just going to be noise and there's just not enough clear signal. And the way Twitter's trying to help you out is by saying, well, if they're not in here, there's probably not enough of a signal to be able to see like who it is. But the system's still going to try to optimize to engagement. But if you're targeting the entire United States and they don't have a clear signal, you could waste hundreds of dollars before the system is kind of figuring out who it is that they really, and then just driving engagement off of that. So I know right off the bat that mine and Alex's will work pretty well. Oh, if any of you guys have a tweet that you would like me to share, go ahead and put that into the chat. Give me that Twitter URL, make a tweet, or yeah, just make a tweet on something you would like me to promote, and I'll make a tweet for you to show you how to do that. Okay, I see we have some questions. Where am I doing the campaigns? Inside the Twitter ads interface on ads.twitter.com. Is there an option to do the same thing on Facebook? Yes, there is. You do it inside the ads manager, inside the Facebook business manager, not on your personal ad account. You're going to do it inside business manager so you don't run into issues where if you get banned, you have no one to talk to, or you can't run custom audiences, or you can't have a team. Like, you're going to run everything inside business manager, which is a whole nother thing. We can talk about it if you guys want. I want to focus on Twitter and a little bit of LinkedIn today. So yeah, don't worry about these interests, movies, events, t-shirts. I'm not even worried about these things. I'm literally, it's just the cleanest signal is a follower lookalike. If you have content that will appeal to people who like that audience. So Alex and I made a lot of content together. So his audience is seeing my stuff and my audience is seeing his stuff. So it's strong, right? And the system can probably already figure it out just by the people that are already organically engaging on that. Don't worry about these particular placements. Just leave it here on profiles. Now here, we're going to select the tweets that we want. Now we said here that we're going to do a follower campaign, and you can get followers for 15 cents all day long. So you might have to spend a few $100s to get some good followers, but that gives you a base of people that will continue to engage on your tweets. You might drive some sales along the way. You can cross promote. It looks better when you want people to consume your content, but it's not because you're trying to get to 10,000 followers. That's not why. We're not trying to go for volume for the sake of volume. This is something where Twitter just makes it hard. I don't know why they make it so hard to do the right thing. So we're going to come down here and choose organic tweets. Now you can see that, let's see, did you want me to do, which one do you want me, that one? So this one, let's see. This is the LinkedIn tweet. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this LinkedIn tweet, that's this one here, right? So now inside this campaign we just made, there's one tweet. But what I could do is I could choose, a whole bunch of these, but then I'm kind of mixing the signal because these are different creatives that have different, because what Alex is doing, you can see he's got access to my Twitter. He's just riffing. He's just coming up with one-liners, right? He's just throwing stuff out there, and we'll start to group these by theme. and put them into campaigns so Twitter's algorithm can start to do the work for us. So there we go. We have chosen that one tweet. We bid it at 15 cents on a follower campaign. We've chosen the follower lookalikes of me and Alex. And now we have launched the campaign. There it is. Wasn't that easy? Super easy. Now I can go to any one of these and I can edit. This is the one we just made, so there's no traffic coming against it. I can look at this one. We're going to Nigeria. Isn't that cool? We're going to Nigeria in the next month or so. And because we've got some high ticket clients that have come from Nigeria, which have surprised Alex and me. And we're going to recruit a whole bunch of Nigerians through our digital marketing training for free, train them up and show live how we can take folks who, I think in Nigeria, the average is like $1.50 a day or $2 a day. They make almost no money at all. It's ridiculous. There's 250 million people in poverty, and their level of poverty is, you would not believe what poverty looks like over there, right? Because there's oil and a few people control all the money. But we said, hey, how would you like to, we did some research. You know how much life-changing money is in Nigeria? Like how much would life-changing money be for you? I'd love to know, like in the chat, like how much is life-changing money for you? How much money would that be? Let me know in the chat. Throw out any kind of number. Let me just see what you guys think. 100,000, 3 million. Yeah, numbers like that. But life-changing money in Nigeria is $300. Can you imagine that? So we're going to teach these Nigerians how to do digital marketing, email marketing, how to run ads, do the stuff we're doing right here. And we're going to show them how they can do this for, say, $500 a month, or maybe $1,000 a month. And we're going to change lots of people's lives. Isn't that neat? And would you like to hire someone that's gone through this training and they're making $500 a month in Nigeria or in the Philippines or India? I think it's fantastic. So here we are. We've put together, let's see, did it get declined? Maybe it hasn't been turned on yet. Oh, this ad hasn't turned on yet. I wonder why. Huh. Well, I made a little video yesterday saying, hey, which of my Nigerian friends wants to meet me so we can do some training together? I did this when I was at lunch yesterday with Matthew Janusek. Matthew Janusek is a client, right?
Marketing. I want to meet you guys in Nigeria, American marketers and entrepreneurs that are successful, and learn from people like Matthew and Alicia. Hello. And all of us that want to help you guys make American kind of income.
So I don't have much of a Nigerian following yet. So the algorithm's not getting that much of a signal, but I think I targeted Nigeria. Let's see, where are we in the ads manager? For some reason, we haven't gotten any impressions here. By the way, if you run an ad on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or whatnot, and you see nothing here, it could be because you're capped out. It could be because you're bidding too low. It could be that your ad was disapproved. I didn't see anything here that said halted. If it was disapproved, you see this red thing here, it would say halted. And I'm not worried about ad disapprovals like we see on Facebook. On Facebook, you gotta be super careful because you got one or two of these disapprovals and you get thrown out, then you have no one to talk to and you're in Facebook jail and that whole kind of thing. So you don't have to worry so much about that. All right, let's take a look at, look at this, 15 new notifications. Look, people are engaging. I always engage back. I'll take that same deal and I promise to be super patient and happy. Oh, Josh Steimel. Oh, Josh is cool. I know Josh. Okay, Lee Mills. Oftentimes clients with small budget. Oh, this is that post that on the whole, I charge $2,000 and okay. It's sometimes a little hard to figure out where these things came from. So, okay, yeah, here it is. See? All right, let's see where our stats are. It's been another 10 minutes, right? So we have 617 and 102. So if you remember the numbers before, so we're now at 1.6. We're now at 13%. So we slipped from 14% to 13%. So you see over time, the engagement is sliding, right? That's normal. So when you first tweet something or put something on LinkedIn or whatever the social network, the algorithm is going to try to find the people that are most likely to engage. So it's zeroing in on the people who have already engaged with you before. And that's called a collaborative filter. That is the same thing that Netflix does to make recommendations, or Amazon says people who bought this also buy that. iTunes says, or Spotify, if you listen to this song, you might like this artist too, or whatnot. So that's the same algorithm. It's called a collaborative filter. And so we have 100 people who've engaged, well, 100 engagements. So it's probably 90 people. And then it's going to track more people that are like these 90 people because the algorithm, especially on TikTok, is trying to find other people that are like this to keep the engagement going. But once this slides below 10% or even like below 5%, then it's basically dead because it no longer has enough power to be showing up inside the feed. It just falls off the feed. So you can see of this 104, 81 of them are detail expands, which do not generate stories. That's just people that are clicking on things, but still worthwhile. But the likes, comments, and shares are worth a lot more. And then if some of these 3 clicked on my profile right? So that's cool. Okay. And let's look at some more of these and see what's happened just in the last few minutes. Twitter's just made a resurgence. You know how with fashion, you have things like bell bottoms or like wide ties are back in style. Like fashion makes a cycle so that things that were not cool 20 years ago now are cool again. I think the same is true on social networks when you take a wide enough arc. Okay. Quality pics. That's cool. Now we're tagging in these other people. They're part of the conversation. What is this guy saying? If not, did you pay Twitter to promote a third-party company buying fake followers? What is this guy talking about? Oh, look, this is the one I promoted, right? How long does it take to be a LinkedIn expert? 4 hours. LinkedIn here, right? Alex has got a course. Here it is, right? And you can see even I retweeted it. We have people that are liking and commenting, all that. So let's look at the analytics. Now the analytics are going to look a little different because there's paid against it. Now you see the yellow bar. When you see the yellow bar, that means we're boosting that post. So here we have organically 2,000 people saw it and we had 71 people engaged. So 71 on 2,200 is 3%. It's 3.5%, right? I've done this enough times. Like you just kind of do the math real quick. It's not 10% because 10% of 2,200 is 220. So I'm a third of that. So I'm at 3%, right? So 3%, that's okay. So I kind of have to pay to get my way there. So I promoted it 42,000 on top of my 2,000 to get to 44,000. And I got 847 on my 42,000. So if this math thing sort of makes your eyes roll, just see that, okay, how is this working? Well, 42,000, I'm paying a $3 CPM. So I'm paying $3 for every 1,000 people that I'm reaching. I have 42 buckets of 1,000, right? I reached 42,000 people, 42 times 3, I'm paying $130 to $126 to $130 to reach 840 or get 847 engagements. And then all the other kinds of engagements, detail expands, profile views, likes, retweets, right? So I'm thinking, is this worth it? Well, it is, because all I need to do is sell one course. So if I'm paying $130 and I'm selling a course for $150, I guess that's kind of break even. Obviously, I'd like to do a little bit better than that. I like to shoot for a 3 ROAS when we're selling courses or anything that's an info product. Even a 2 ROAS is fine because there's no cost to a course. It's just, our cost of hosting and, software and things like that. So these work pretty well. Now, if this is working well, I might have this run ongoing and I might run it at $5 a day for forever, basically, and just have it continue to generate a few extra dollars for me, not a ton of money. I don't want to get greedy and jack it up to $50 a day because then I'm going to burn out that audience. And then once it's dead, then I have to kill the campaign or turn it off and then turn it back on. I really like the idea of just finding something that works, that's not based on a sale, that's not based on, oh, it's expiring on Friday, you need to buy now, which creates urgency, which is great. But the trade-off of urgency is that once it's past the deadline, then you can't run the ad anymore, right? Unless you just every Friday. It's like the rug businesses, the Oriental rug businesses where they're going out of business, or they're closing their doors on Friday and reopening them on Monday morning, right? So let's see. Out of curiosity, LinkedIn pay you for this tweet? No, but we had to pay Twitter. Okay. So let's see. So we're generating all this engagement. This will, look, there's Shia. There you are. She followed me. I'll follow her. See, that's nice now. Now she's got 16 followers. One's me. And she's consistent, guiding spiritually minded entrepreneurs to tune inward and expand their impact with ease and flow. Very cool. Okay, so we have all these people that are engaging. And it's not that I'm trying to become famous. I'm looking at people here who want to maybe be clients, or let's see, what is Josh is important. So what is, not because he has blue check marks, because I know him. Let's see, what is it he was saying? I'll take that same deal and I promise to be super patient and happy. Okay, I got a comment back on that. I'll say, Josh, I'll do you one better. Let's do a webinar together and 50-50 the revenue. Okay, so you don't have, you don't have to pay me. I'm paying you. How's that? I love doing this. I love engaging with other people, creating content together. I think the coolest thing going on right now is course bundling. So I'm taking my course and bundling it with someone else, and then we're together co-promoting it because his audience of LinkedIn people would be interested in what I have, and then my audience is like our audiences can cross-pollinate. It makes a lot of sense, right? So do you guys have other people that you want to cross promote with? Maybe I'd love to hear in the comments. What do you guys think about that? Have you guys done that before? JVs, or are you thinking about doing JVs? I think Twitter's a fantastic place to do JVs. All right, let's look at some of these things that you guys have said here. Whole Human Life 1 from Dr. Deanna Wyndham. Integrative medicine, okay. And then Godwin says, we should discuss this project. I have something really big that can magnify your impact in Nigeria. That's where I'm from. Wow. Yeah, we should talk. All right. So let's take a look at Dr. Deanna Wyndham, and let's come up to, by the way, having the blue check mark helps a little bit. No, that's not the one. I can't even type in properly. Okay. I didn't know it's because the Zoom thing. Whole Human Life 1. Hey, let me know. Are you guys having fun? Is this interesting? Yeah. Have you ever seen anyone actually show how to do Twitter? I'm not talking PowerPoint slides, Twitter. I mean, like actually, I'm not using slides here. We're literally doing it. Okay. Isn't that cool? By the way, I believe that anyone that should be teaching, whether it's Mark's thing or your thing or any kind of conference, they should be teaching from a real example. Because otherwise, how do you know that what they're saying is legit? And plus, it's just not as interesting when someone's reading these slides. I can read the slides myself. Why are you reading the slides to me? I want you to log in and show me, right? Go ahead. You say you're a juggler. You say you're good at playing the guitar. Here's a guitar. Play it. I want to see you do it. Don't tell me about playing the guitar. Don't tell me how many years you play the guitar. I want to see you play the guitar. Okay. Don't tell me about how nice it is to play the guitar. Anyway, don't get me started. Okay, so don't worry about the following thing. So she has 3 followers and 21 following. That used to be a big deal. It doesn't matter. Okay, you wake up every morning to fight the same demons you left so tired the night before, and that is bravery unknown. So that's a cool quote. Okay, too many hashtags. Don't use maybe like 1 or 2 hashtags. If you use too many hashtags, that starts to look like you're promoting, okay? Usually hashtags are if you're saying something clever and snarky, and the hashtag is like just kidding or something like that. This looks like stock art. Is that right, Dr. Deanna? Is this stock art? Don't use stock art. Use your personal brand, your pictures, people you've been with, right? Don't use a bit.ly link. I understand why people want to do bit.ly. It's because they want to track it. But if I don't know who you are, I don't know where this bit.ly link is going to take me. So let's just see where this bit.ly link takes us. Wholehumanlife.com. Okay. Helping people reclaim their lives from autoimmune and debilitating diseases. All right. What we believe. All right. Now I want to see you, Dr. D. Oh, is this you? Your face is cut off.
Yeah, that's me.
Appointments. Okay. Oh, there you are. I love hearing you too. So let's chat for a moment. You can unmute yourself. Let's chat. So can I put you on the spot in a way that hopefully is not mean? Okay.
I love criticism.
So Mark, so this is not mean, not trying to be mean. Okay. So Mark and I believe in personal branding. And so you should unashamedly be you. And so I should see, so what is this child's holding up the sun in her hand? So that's cool. Or the sun's going down, but why not have a picture of you? Is this a picture you took or is this stock art?
It's a picture my granddaughter took.
That's awesome. That's great. It's so high quality. I might think that it was stock art, but don't you think people are going to connect with you? The whole reason they're coming here is they're connecting with you and your story. And you've got some great quotes like you have here, but we need to have you as much as we can. And yeah, don't even be ashamed of who you are. We just need to see, oh, you're in Oklahoma City. Cool. I used to drive up there every weekend from Dallas all the way up to Norman. And Dr. Wyndham. Okay. All right. What's that? My friends were at OU. And I would drive up from
I
SN.
would just say how funny that's
Okay.
a great place to be from. I love that. I always thought I might end up there.
Put yourself front and center. It is not about you like boasting or trying to be Gary Vaynerchuk or something.
Okay.
You've got to put yourself out there because this is who you are. So we should see pictures of who you are. In fact, this thing under Whole Human Life 1, I would just, maybe this is the business, but I would have a Twitter that's you, that people think is you. Because if I look at this thing, Whole Human Life, I'm going to think that there's some corporate person behind here tweeting. I don't see that Dr. Deanna is here, right? This doesn't look like Dr. Deanna. This looks like some corporate marketing person's posting this stuff, right? This definitely looks like some corporate marketing person's putting stuff out here. You can even see it sounds like an ad. Dr. Wyndham focuses on effective research-based approaches to health and disease management, whether you're looking for treatment of a chronic or debilitating illness. It sounds like a commercial, right? Don't do that. Sound like a human. Be a human. This is stock art. These aren't real people, are they? There's no way those are real people.
So what you're saying is basically, no, they're not. So what you're saying basically is just be myself out there on social media. That's how patients connect with me.
Yeah. So
but I was trying to do something more professional or something for the sites.
Can you pull out your Twitter right now? Do you have Twitter on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I want you to pull that out.
Yes.
And I want you to make a video and say, I'm Dr. Deanna, and I'm here to help you with your autoimmune and whatnot issues. I care very much, blah, blah, blah. Say something about who you are, and then end with, reach out to me. I would love to be able to help you become a healthier you, or, whatever it is, right? Say who you are, see what you specialize in, and then welcome them and say, I would love to chat with you. I'm Dr. Deanna, and I would love to chat with you about any autoimmune question that you might have, right? Something like that. You ready to do that? Do a little cell phone selfie like this. You ready to do that?
Okay.
It takes some guts to do it, but you
I'm
can
ready
do it.
as
all right?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, pull
I'm
out
not ready,
the
but I'm
phone.
ready.
Pull out the
Okay,
phone and
I
let's
have
do it.
I have it.
All right.
I don't know what I'm doing though. I have it here.
Okay. Selfie mode. So you want to face into the sun so that way you get the good lighting on you, the slight angle. Hold the phone at eye level.
Well, it's not. Oh, you need to sign out and run into mine. We're signed into your Twitter. Sorry.
All right. So this takes bravery, right? You guys got to do the number two just to show you how. And once you do one, you'll see how easy it is to do this. And then let me know when you're about ready, and then I'm going to record it, and I'm going to boost your little thing from my account too. Okay. So let me know when you're ready. Give me a little countdown when you're about ready. And you know, if you goof it up, we'll just do another one. It only takes 15 seconds, right? And kudos to you for being so brave. We're fixing your marketing on the spot. You look great.
Okay. Now, how do I get to it?
So you know when you go to Twitter and you hit the little plus in the bottom, right? The blue to make a new tweet. Yeah. And then you hit the media to
Mine, it says allow access to photos. Oh, live, broadcast live. Twitter would like to access the camera. Okay, access microphone. Just see how to turn the camera. Okay, we're going live right now. I don't know if anyone can hear me because I kind of lost sound for some reason, but I said that I'm going to do it, and so I'm doing it now. Are you ready? Oh, so what I'm doing is saying hello. I'm Dr. Wyndham, the founder of Whole Human Life, and I want to let you know that I specialize in treating autoimmune and chronic debilitating diseases, and I would love it. I would love to see you and love to have you come in and see how we can help you. I look forward to meeting you. Please feel free to give us a call or go to our website. Thank you. Okay, I feel like that wasn't very good, but because I was nervous. Stop. Oh my gosh. And the part where I said I think it's not very good, but still broadcasting, but I can edit. I thought it was live. It was live. I was going live. I'm like, oh my gosh, you should have told me you were going live, or else I would have gone in a different room because I'm just there. We can't hear it. Can you do that editing? So we can't hear anyone, but I just finished it and it wasn't very good. If it allows, maybe we could edit it and try it again. Will it let us just record again? Will it allow us to just record again? Is that a choice?
Oh, that's the start point.
Oh, can you hear me now? All right.
Yes.
Oh, you know what it is? Because I switched cameras so that way you could see my phone instead of the faraway camera. So
Okay.
you had was great. It's just the ending, right? So you've got to end it.
Yeah.
So I would love
You want to try it again?
right? All you got to say is I would love to work with you. Reach out. That's it. Just end it there. So I think you went on for another 3 or 4 sentences. So just record it again. This time, hold up the phone at eye level because you were holding it down below. So then they're kind
That's
of looking
me.
up,
Okay.
right? There you go. Like
Ready?
that. That's great. And you ready? You want to hold up a little
Yes.
higher. So we're looking up at your chin. So we don't want that. You look like you're 8 feet tall because we're looking, Yeah.
Oh,
there
that
you
phone.
go.
Okay.
Yes, like that. All right.
Are you ready?
Okay.
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
Hello, I am Dr. Deanna Wyndham, the founder of Whole Human Life, and I specialize in treating autoimmune and chronic debilitating diseases, and I would love it if you would come and see me. I look forward to meeting you, and you can schedule with me online. Thank you.
Okay, good. Now cut out the last 4
I did it
sentences.
again. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I apparently have a hard
Dr.
time
Deanna,
shutting up.
Dr. Deanna, and I would love to be able to work with you. And then you stop there.
Thank you.
Don't keep talking, right? Just do that. Okay, you
Yeah.
ready?
You want
That
to do
was
it again?
Yes.
All right, one more time.
Okay.
3, 2,
Hold on, I'm not ready.
1, go.
Hello. Oh, he's not quite ready. Are you ready now? He had to delete the other one. Sorry about that.
All right. I wouldn't worry about deleting. I literally would just keep recording and recording and recording. Don't worry about editing. Just all you got to do is make the video. And if it sucks,
Got
make
it.
another one because it's only 15 seconds. All right?
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm Dr. Deanna Wyndham, the founder of Whole Human Life. I specialize in treating autoimmune and chronic debilitating diseases, and I would love to meet you and see what I could do to help.
Perfect. Now take that one, post that as a tweet.
Okay.
See now,
post
with that,
it.
guys, give Dr. Deanna a hand. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Good
Everybody
job.
who just witnessed my very first video, thank you very much. We've been trying to get through that one. That was hard for me, so thank you.
That was hard, but now you've done one
Now you can start making videos about all kinds of stuff, right? Here's 3 things you need to know about autoimmune diseases. Here's what's going on with your gut. Here's what's going on with this condition. Here's what, here's a patient and here's what they did. And, obviously not violating HIPAA laws and this kind of thing, right? So now you can tell more and more stories just like that. Turn those into tweets as videos, right?
Okay, and we have a lot of ideas for that actually.
Great. Start making them on your cell phone. Get rid of all that stock art. Get rid of all the old people smiling in the sunset kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Those look like commercials for the pills you see on TV.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Okay. And let's see what else
Thank
you guys.
you.
Thank you, Natasha, Zena. There's Godwin. Gigi, it's wonderful. You haven't seen Twitter being taught live. Okay, cool. Yeah, David, this is the bridge. Most people, they just, hey, there's Chaya again. Chaya says, how do you decide what content to share on Twitter versus other social media platforms? That is a great question. You want to share things that are short, sweet, just of the moment, just like one-liners, and things that are a little more thoughtful. Maybe that's on Facebook. And things where people are going to sit down and read for a minute, maybe it's more professional, that's on LinkedIn. Something where you're going deeper, that could be YouTube or your blog, where people might sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and watch a whole video on something. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I switched my camera to the laptop so I could show you what's on the phone, because the other camera is way back there and you can't see it very well. But actually, maybe I can switch back to that camera. What do you guys like? Do you like, so this is the professional camera and this is the regular laptop camera. So what do you like better? Do you like the laptop camera or do you like the professional camera? Let me know. See what you guys think. You guys like the laptop? Huh? Why? So Pat and Natasha, why do you like the laptop camera? Or Deborah, why do you like the laptop camera? Feels more personal? Okay. Lighter on the Pro and darker on the phone. That is true. Well, the professional camera is designed to have a proper aperture and collect light the right way. You can see me better, Kathy? Okay. The laptop is dark. I have another light up here. I could turn that up. You know, what's funny is that we've done tests where we are doing stuff. I'm on the laptop. This sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to show you that this is the case. I've proven it. This is not even like an opinion. This is a data-driven kind of thing. We've made videos that are just on my cell phone like this, cell phone videos versus professional videos. Guess what drives more conversions? What converts better, the professional video or me just walking around with my cell phone talking about stuff? Natasha, you're right. Yep, that's right, Pat, cell phone. So I would ask you guys, are you cool with making videos on your cell phone? Just like this. We're literally just making videos on your cell phone. We got tons of these videos, videos from the airport. Good grief, what a horrible place. The airport's noisy, people are boarding, right? But you're right, Matthew, authenticity wins. All right, now that I have this on my phone, let's go ahead and post it. And let me unpin, let's see, wait, can you see me okay? Okay, I'm gonna go back to sharing and then we're gonna, Dr. Deanna, did you make that as a post? And are you ready to boost it? So go ahead and put that into the chat.
We did it as a post.
Made a post. If you tweeted it, put that tweet into the chat and then I will promote it and I will go to, we got people that are coming into our thing a little late, but that's okay. Glad you guys are here. And if you're watching on the replay, that's cool too. All right. So now I'm going to make a tweet from here and I'm going to say, okay, so now, okay, can you see my screen here? All right, I've got my phone here. So I'm clicking this plus down here. I'm making a new tweet and I'll say, congrats to Dr. Deanna. Okay. And what is that handle again? Did you put it into the tweet, into the chat, into our Zoom chat?
I just did.
Doing it. I'm
Okay.
putting it in right now.
Okay.
Just hold it and copy and paste.
See, you always want a brave soul like Dr. Deanna to put it out there. Now we're going to go ahead and boost it. I'm going to show you that there is absolutely zero excuse. I don't care. You say you don't have any time or it's too hard or like it's so easy. We're literally doing it right now. Okay, let's see. Where are you putting the tweet in here? Is it here?
Yeah.
Whole human life one. Okay. Who made her first Twitter? Oops. This is your first Twitter video, right? Or is it your first cell phone video that you've used for it?
This is my first social video ever.
First social video ever. Okay.
I'm super shy. It's been really, really hard for me to get out there, even though it's what I want to do and what I need to do. It's just been really hard.
So you went ahead and did it, and I think you did great. And there it is. So I've made a little tweet. Now you can be brave like her. Okay. And there, I've just tweeted it. All right, good. So now that is posting from my phone. So it's going to show up here. Let's take a look here on my profile. And for those of you guys just joining, we are doing some tweet inception. Dr. Deanna's been very brave here. All right, let's see if this will show. That's a pinned tweet. Let's go one. It's still loading. All right, let's see if it's going to show up here. There it is. Look, there she is. Isn't that great?
I specialize in treating autoimmune and chronic debilitating diseases, and I would love to meet you and see what I can do to help.
See, that's awesome. So this tweet deserves a boost, doesn't it? You guys agree that we should boost this tweet? Of course, she should boost it from her account, but I'll boost it too. So let's do, now while we're doing this, who is someone that is a well-respected doctor in autoimmune, or it could even be like a Dr. Oz, like who is it that we would want to chase after their followers?
Kent Holtorf. Yeah.
They wrote it.
Holtorf. Holthorf.
Holtorf. Could you just put into the chat?
Yeah.
I'm going for tweet engagements, and I'm going to call this one Dr. Deanna Autoimmune. Now, I do have to be a little bit careful with medical because you can't call people out. But let's do $1 a day for 10 days, and we'll do it now, starting now. Okay. And I'm not worrying about ad groups. I don't do auto bid, remember? Look at this. They're trying to get me to bid $1.05 per engagement. You guys are ridiculous. 10 cents. Okay. And don't worry about this stuff here. Is there any sort of gender pattern here for your patients? No? Okay. And
More women than men
more
have
women than men?
autoimmune disease.
but,
yeah.
but by a significant proportion?
Like 70%.
That's enough. I'll choose women here. And let's see here. And then do you want folks within Oklahoma City or just anywhere?
Anywhere.
Okay.
I have licenses in California and Oklahoma,
Okay.
but I can consult also. I'm trying to boost
But
it.
of your
here.
patients, what percent?
That's how you boost it, is promote your tweet. But look, he's
Say that again.
Go ahead. Who is that? Somebody was saying something. If you want to say something.
Michael, my partner.
Okay, there you are. Hey there, hidden partner. What percent of your patients are local to you in Oklahoma City?
Very few actually right now. I'm new to Oklahoma. I've been practicing in California for 20 years.
California. Oh, okay. That's why you're saying that. Okay, good. And then let's do this follower lookalikes. You said Ken Holtorf?
Yes.
Did I spell that right? Spell that for me.
Kent, Kent.
Okay. Okay. Spell it again.
Holthorf.
Torf. Holtorf, like that?
Yes.
He's not big enough to show up.
Oh yeah, he is. I must have spelled his name wrong.
Ask Google. Holtorf. This guy? Holtorf. Holtorf. Maybe he's not big enough. You never know. Okay. Oh, there he is. All right.
Just
so
a
let's see,
minute.
how big is
Ken,
him?
it's Holtorf. I put in
Yeah,
too
there
many
he is.
H's.
All right, there he is. So this audience, why is it showing? Did we choose United States? We did. It's small. It hasn't given us a number yet. How about another person besides Kent?
Okay.
Is that another?
Bruce Lipton.
Oh, Bruce
He'd get a
Lipton, I've
bunch
heard
of
him.
hits.
Okay. Bruce Lipton, PhD. Okay. Yeah, he's a big deal. Oh, look at that. All right, good. And maybe just for fun, you want to add one more, or is this good?
Yeah, Whitaker, Dr. Julian Whitaker, Itaker.
Forrest Whitaker, Julie Whitaker.
No, Julian, Julian.
This guy here, Dr. Julian Whitaker. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, good. So now we're good. We've got 27,000 to 33,000. That looks pretty good. Okay. Oh, there's almost nothing going on for this person. Well,
For who?
I'm not worried about that.
Is it Whitaker?
Oh, wait, let's see. It's mouse over this one. Here we go. Out 2,000. This is still small. Okay. So good. We have this one. Here's our ad. We're boosting this one post. Now, if you made 3 or 4 videos, we might, actually, no, I didn't select oops, I forgot to select our video. Okay. Now I choose organic tweets, and there's one we have here. But if you made 3 or 4, I might just, I just go ahead and select all of them, but we only made 1, right?
Yeah.
So there we go.
But it's only allowing me to select a $50 daily budget. It's not allowing me to do anything lower than that.
Oh, because are you trying to do it on the phone?
No. Oh, it's on my iPad. Does that make, is that the
Yeah,
equivalent
the
to a
iPad is a
phone?
big phone. Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, you need to use the desktop. Okay. In Chrome.
Okay.
Okay. Otherwise, this just don't do it on your phone. Just I've seen people try to do it. It just won't work. Okay. All right,
Got it.
So there it is.
Okay.
Launch campaign. And now we are live. Isn't that cool?
It's
There,
cool.
we're running right here. We made an ad. Hooray, right? Now I'd love to hear you guys.
You made an ad.
Now imagine you start stacking. So you made one ad, and you know what? The first ad's the hardest to make. The first ad might take you all day because you procrastinate, because you're just like, for some reason, people have this fear thing of they just keep putting it off for months and months, and then just becomes this monster in the closet or whatever. So now that you've done this, do you think that you could do this on Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah. I
100%.
think you could do it on Instagram,
Oh yeah.
on LinkedIn,
Uh-huh.
on Snapchat.
Yep.
On
I'm
TikTok.
green eggs and hamming it up.
Same thing. So good job. I want everyone else to learn from Dr. Deanna's example. This is great. This is fantastic.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. See?
Thank you for all your support, everybody, because I've been seeing the comments coming in. Thank you.
These are great. Yeah, I love how supportive our group is here. Okay, now let's take a look at some of our stats. See, I'm still sharing my screen. I'm now back to organic, the regular view, not the ads view. I'm going back to the profile. I got my pin tweet. And look, we have people that are liking and commenting. If you guys aren't on my Twitter and giving her a like, you should. Look, 17 people have viewed it just now. That's pretty awesome. Just in the last couple minutes. And once we see the ads start to kick in, we will see the yellow bar come. And people are going to click on your profile. People are going to ask you questions. And you're going to answer their questions and you'll follow them back. And you'll see that the Dr. Julian Whitaker, who doesn't seem to have much going on Twitter, there's a lot that we could do.
Regenerative medical group. I bet that would be a good group too.
Well, LDN.
Okay.
Oh, LDN. Yeah, LDN Research Trust.
I was in Newport Beach yesterday. You probably could have seen this guy, America's Wellness Doctor.
Well, you can't anymore. That's probably why he's not showing up much on Twitter. He, I worked there for 12 years, but he retired. He got sick and retired.
Okay. Well, you can even see here. So he's selling supplements.
Still selling the supplements, yeah.
Yeah. His website's got a fair amount of traffic from an SEO standpoint. This guy ranks on 38,000 keywords. Wow. What does he rank on? Let's see.
He's America's Wellness Doctor. He's been in practice for like 40 years.
Look at this, healthy directions. Who's Dr. that in his office too?
Dr. Sinatra is an integrative cardiologist in Florida.
Okay. Well, anyway, so he's ranking on Dr. Whitaker, of course, #1. Instaflex Advanced. I don't know what that is. Lysine for shingles. He moved from position 6 to position 4.
That way they can get to it too.
Wow. His SEO is pretty good. So he's ranking on a lot of these people's names. I imagine these are other doctors these are people he's featuring on his site. And then he's ranking on these various conditions. Best diet for PVCS, premature ventricular contractions. That's some heart thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, this is it. How to increase ejection fraction naturally. Okay. For your heart. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. And why does he rank #4? He moved from position 9 to position 4. So he moved up 5 with this article. So then I look at your site and you rank on 5 keywords. What keywords are they? Your name, I bet. 4 keywords. You rank on Whole Life Clinic. You rank on position 74, the 8th page on Whole Life Clinic. On Deanna Wyndham, you rank 42. So there's a lot of other Deanna Wyndhams ahead of you. I didn't think that'd be that common of a name.
Me either.
And Integrative Medicine, Oklahoma City, you were barely showing up. You're in position 92. So we're looking at the first 100 search results. So basically the first 10 pages on Google. And part of it's because you just don't have much, you don't have many pages on you just don't have much on your site.
Yeah. And we have a new team helping us with the website right now. There were a lot of problems with the first people that I had do it.
Yeah, well, there's problems with this website too.
Yeah, that's not the new website. That's
okay. Okay, this is the old website. So there's no and beating this one up because you already know what's wrong with it. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about what's wrong with that one.
Okay, cool. Let's go back to Twitter and let's see who else has a tweet they would like to promote. Either they could share it or they could make their ad now, or we can make a little video together.
Hello, Matons.
And let's see. Is that your sound, Dr. Deanna? Or maybe just mute for
Sorry, turning it off.
Yeah. Okay. So Naomi says, now it seems like I can make it too. No more it doesn't feel as hard as you thought before. Yeah, Mimi, great session. I have to go to another commitment. Very cool. Record all kinds of videos, says Chaya. Yeah. Okay, great. So if you're making these videos, there's so much that you can do from that. So those short little videos that you see Dr. Deanna make, we can make and post on all the other social networks. I want to show you how. And if you're following everything that Mark Lack and I teach, you're going to see a lot of this is second nature. It's just being repurposed to other networks. So I can come here to Facebook and I could say, now I'm on my laptop so you can actually see. I'm not on the fancy camera. That way it's more human, like you guys said. Now I move to Facebook, okay? And notice what's at the top are the stories. So I've got stories for me, and then I have stories for my pages, because I have a public figure page called Dennis U2. But I want to post it to me, and then now I've just posted this as a story, and I'll share, and I could tag her too, and now she's in my story. I could look at the stats for my other stories and I could see how many other people are engaging in the other stories that I have. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to Instagram. You guys should do this, by the way. This is one of my favorite hacks. I go to Instagram, and because I have Instagram switched to a business profile, so it's tied to my Facebook as part of Business Manager, and I've linked my Twitter, which is there in the settings, right? If I look at my profile and I go to the settings and it shows the other linked accounts that I have, then I've got my Facebook and my Twitter linked, so that when I come here and I make a post, so I click plus to make a post, right? And when I do that, I have the option, what kind do I want to do, a post or a reel or a story or any one of these items? I'm going to choose post, and now it's accessing my camera, and you see all these things that I've made, and the most recent one is the one with Dr. Deanna, and I'll choose that, and I'll share it as a post, continue, and there she is. I'm not doing captioning, I'm not doing any kind of editing. Here it is. Hey, Matthew, you got a question. What is it? Go ahead and speak it. You can unmute. Oh, can you not see this? Can you not see my screen? I can see it.
Yeah, Dennis, you're not sharing
Oh, I'm not?
since you switched to Facebook. No, since you moved on to Facebook.
How about this? Can you see this?
I can see you now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm
I
sharing.
can see your phone.
Yeah, I'm not sharing my desktop. I'm doing it on my phone right now.
Oh,
It's like
okay. Because we were seeing your Twitter screen. Was that still your screen?
Yeah, it is, but I've moved to my phone now. I'll stop sharing.
Okay, sorry.
So I'm on Instagram, and I'm now taking that video that I just recorded, which we shared as a tweet, and we're making it as an Instagram post. And I'm going to say, hey, Dr. Dia, do you have an Instagram? Congratulations to.
Yes.
Okay, and what is it?
What is it? Okay, he's getting it.
So JJ.
So
I mean, sorry, kids.
okay. So now I'm saying congratulations to Dr. Deanna for making her first ever
Is this rice?
social media video. Okay, and I could tag you in this.
It's just a whole human life.
Whole human life. Whole human life. There you are. Okay, so there it is. I've tagged you in it. I've at you. There you are.
I'll open a second.
Okay.
Now at the bottom, because I've linked these accounts, watch this. I've got my Facebook, I have my Instagram, and I have my Twitter. So I have, you see those three blues? I'm making 3 posts at the same time. So it's posting to my Facebook business page that happens to be on public figure page. Now I posted it personally to my story, right? So here we go. I'm clicking share. Hey guys, we're doing a training. Hang on a sec. Hey guys, we're doing a training.
He has his own kids to take care of over there.
Yeah. Okay, so there's the post I just made. Let's take a look at it. You can see there's the first post. There it is on Instagram, right? Right here. You see that? Right here. This first one here. Okay. Now let's take a look at Facebook. Now Facebook, if I look at my public figure page here, the post that we just made is cross-posted to here as a story, right? And you'll see, this is a little bit slow here. I'm sorry, it's actually another post. Here it is, right? Now I'm on Facebook. Here it is. So it's posted there. Now it's also on Twitter. So I think I might have double posted on Twitter. Did I? Let's see. Go to my profile on Twitter. Okay.
So are you saying that because all of your, okay, so are you saying that because all of yours are linked, when you post to one, it automatically goes to the others?
Yes, I made 3 posts at the same time.
Okay.
Now here's the
by checking the boxes and saying to post it on all 3.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Now here's the mind-blowing part. Because I posted it to all 3 business profiles, LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all of those, because they're business profiles, I can boost if I want to for $1 a day. So now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what that means. I'm not saying you always should boost it, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, now let's look at my profile. Let me know if you can see my screen okay. Yeah? Okay, good. There's my pinned tweet. So after my pinned tweet, here's the one where I posted from Instagram and it's got the URL here, right? And here's the one that we actually posted here from Twitter. Let's just look at the stats on this one, which is just a few minutes ago. So 100 people have seen it. 38 people have stopped to watch the video. So this is not bad. So 38 on 107 is 35%. That's 1/3. If I can get 1/3 of the people to stop and watch, because most people are scrolling, but if they stop and watch, that's a really good sign. So it wasn't that, I mean, Dr. Deanna, you did a really good job to get 1/3 of the people to stop and watch. Why do you think that was? Because most of the time you're getting maybe, on Twitter or on Facebook, it's maybe like 10% of people will stop and watch. Why do you think you had 1/3 of people stop and watch you?
I would say that either I don't know. Honestly,
It's because it's a
maybe
real
just
human.
because I look authentic.
Yeah, you look authentic. You're obviously not in a studio. It doesn't look like a commercial. The old married couple that's sitting on the beach where the sun's going down and this perfect kind of like, it is not that. That's what people want to see. And so these little micro flaws, if you will, or whatever you want to call them, is what causes people to want to see it, because people are so cynical of all that kind of stuff that's being, shoved down their throat. And because of that, we had a 50% engagement rate. So 17 of these 38 people engaged. That's fantastic. So if you want to grow your practice, do more of this, because then you're sharing your knowledge. People can see how much you care. You are showing that you're a human. You have a great smile. Look at those teeth. You could probably be a model for a dentist, right? And then these other people are looking at this where he said, you can be brave like her. And look, these people are engaging on this one too, right? And we could promote that as well. Now, the beauty is, you see how I stack these tweets. I did this tweet and I kept clicking plus, plus, plus. You guys know what that is. There's kind of like separate tweets, but they're linked. What happens is if I've got 5 or 6 of these chained together, or just 2 or 3 of them chained together, if I promote the first one, that will flow people down to the next one too. And also, if for some reason I have a link to something that I want to put, then maybe the links in the second one, if I have as 2 linked tweets, I could edit the second tweet if I change the URL or whatever without changing what's going on in the first tweet. If it's all inside that first tweet, I have to change that whole tweet, right? That's kind of like more of a pro tip if you guys really want to get pro on Twitter, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, Victoria says, Dr. Deanna has a really beautiful face. I agree. You're very approachable. I think you're very caring.
Thank you so
I don't know anything about the immune system or autoimmune or heart health or these other things that these doctors know, but I would just think, looking at your face and listening to you, I would trust you versus doing another search. If I just did a search on, let's see, I did a search on autoimmune disease doctor recommendations. And there's these different people that might show up, right? So if I see a list of these doctors and I just see doctor, I'll force it to be a local search near me, okay? By the way, the near me is in local is the most popular search. So it could be chiropractor near me, or orthodontist near me, or whatever near me you want to rank on near me to show in the GMB. This is the local 3-pack, the 3 results that show up here. So let's say, here's these various doctors, Dr. Stephen Kim, and whoever's here, and Dr. Glenn Hatcher, and these other doctors. I'm searching for a doctor and I'm looking on YouTube, watching videos, and there's these various people that are here, but Dr. Brian Littman. But if I see Dr. Deanna and I see a video of her and I see that she cares versus I look at Dr. Littman, who am I going to pick? Dr. Littman technically could be a better doctor. I don't know, right? So now I come to Dr. Littman's website, and what do I really know about Dr. Littman? So let's go side by side, right? Let's say that I've done my research and I'm now looking between Dr. Littman or Dr. Deanna, and this is Dr. Deanna and this is Dr. Littman. Who am I going to choose? I'm going to choose the one that has a face on it, right? I'm going to choose the one that looks like they're friendly. Like if I call up Dr. Littman right now, do I have any sense of how he's going to be? Is he going to be friendly? Is he a jerk? Is he approachable? I don't know anything about Dr. Littman. Is he old? Does he wear a tie? I don't know, right? So literally the main thing in personal branding is just put yourself out there on video. That's why Mark Lack is constantly putting videos out there. So we'll go to Facebook and we'll see, look, Dr. Mark Lack's got, I just saw he's posting these stories, right? Look, he's got 6 new stories. But Mark Lack, he's shiny. He's showing what's going on, right? But you don't have to be shiny. Where is this? Is this Hawaii? What is this? Now I'm excited. What's going on here?
This kid and I found a little spot.
We could be hanging out with him. Instead, we're doing Zoom. Oh, they're on the beach somewhere. That's cool. Isn't that awesome? But you don't have to be so super shiny now. Here, I'll give you a great example. This is Dr. Veronica. What is she doing? Lifting weights. All right. Well, Dr. Veronica, let me show you something that I think is going to be apropos to everybody. You don't have to be a doctor. You have to be a coach or a professional or a service provider or someone where you have some kind of expertise, okay? And she gave me full permission, so I'm just going to show you this. Veronica de la Cruz. Okay, I'll go to this one. Okay. So Veronica de la Cruz, she came to one of our workshops, and she's a great doctor. She cares a lot. She's been doing it a long time. She's in Chicago, and she speaks Spanish and whatnot, and we did a search for her, and we found that on her website, she's got this this thing here, right? So this is her picture. So imagine, like, if you talk to this woman, what do you think you're going to get? Does she look like she's friendly? And I'll show you another one. Let's see, pictures. So you see, where's the other one I was going to show you? Anyway, there was this picture of her. Well, I'll just click on this one. This isn't the one I'm looking for. Where's the one? Can't find the one. Anyway, so let's say this is her picture, right? Still a nice picture. She's still smiling, almost smiling. But the one I was looking for, which she had before, which I had her take off her site, was this horrible picture where she just looked really unhappy and fussy. So I was with her at the conference and I literally pulled out my phone and said, we need to fix this right now. I literally pulled out my phone. I said, just smile for me. And I took it in portrait mode. This is the picture that I took of her, which she now is using as her main thing, right? I said, smile. And the first 3 pictures, it wasn't a very good smile. And I said, pretend that you're on an airplane and you farted and you're trying to pretend that it wasn't you, right? So then she smiled. And then this is the one I got, and I snapped that picture right there. And so this is the one that she uses. So if you compare this one with her previous one, with her one before that, how much of a difference do you think that'll make in patient selection, right? When the patient's deciding which doctor do I want to go with, right? So literally that one optimization, I'm not talking about building a new website, or I'm just literally, I took out my iPhone and I took this one picture because it was just so bad. I said, we just need to fix this right now on the spot. You don't need to hire all these other people. We're just going to take a new picture of you right now. In fact, let's just go ahead and remake all your videos right now. Do you have 10 minutes? And we did. And so she and I, we walked out of the conference hall and we went down to an area that was a little more quiet and we shot a bunch of videos. This is the raw video to what we took. I just asked her a bunch of questions saying, why did you become a chiropractor? What is it that you care most about? What about migraines? What about babies? What about all this, right? Look at this. So I just asked her these questions.
Your background and why you became a chiropractor.
In Spanish?
In Spanish.
She also said that her patients were Spanish speaking and her website was completely in English. I said, well, why don't you have it in Spanish? She said, I don't know, because the website people put it in English. Well, if you're reaching Spanish people, you need to have your thing in Spanish. So we recorded this just now, or recorded right on the spot.
Do I introduce myself or no?
Yeah, you and I were talking, we're friends.
Tell me again the question, sorry. Who am I?
So Veronica, how did you tell me your story about how you became a chiropractor?
So anyway, this thing's loading. We'll let it load for a minute. Anyway, so you can see it's for 6 minutes, right? So 6 minutes, I ask her a series of these questions about what do you look for in patients? And tell me about your practice and how long have you been there? And what is the key to, she treats a whole series of conditions, right? That a lot of people don't realize are tied to chiropractic. So we took those videos and then we chopped them up into a bunch of little videos. So these are our VAs in the Philippines. And then they take these, this is literally what we get from that video, from my cell phone. This is what we get.
Yo empecé la carrera de quiropráctica, era muy chica, estaba muy enferma, siempre trabajaba mucho y me sentía muy cansada. Hasta que un día yo me iba a cenar y me quedé en la mesa dormida.
And you guys speak Spanish? I only have like a tenth of those words there. Yeah, Chaya, you know what she's saying, Chaya? Yeah? All right. And then at the end, we put a bumper, right? This is what we do. At the end, right, contact me. Contacto. All right. So I understand what contacto means, right? There's their address, right? And so we just chopped up that 6-minute video into 4 of these. It's like, these are, now it's like, contact me. I'd love to, have a consultation, talk about your issues. See, look, she said autoimmune too. Did you see that? Look, oops. No,
si se siente fatigada por artritis, en sí, muchas cosas. Entonces, si quieren hacer una cita conmigo, por favor, llámenme al número 630-264-8004.
So I think that must be your phone number, right? Okay. So now I want to tie a lot of these things that we've done together. We've covered a lot of things. What do you think of this last portion where just using a cell phone video, just like Dr. Deanna did, you record this and you have people on Fiverr or these VAs in the Philippines chop it up and put it into those little snippets. And then you can push that on Twitter. You can put it on Facebook. You put it on Instagram, you put it on LinkedIn, put it on your website. You put it on your GMB, right? Your Google My Business profile. What do you guys think about that? Is that something you think you could do? Is that something that's difficult? Is it something you never really thought of? I'd love to hear, go ahead and unmute. I'd love to hear what you guys think. This is the key for you as a personal brand, as an expert, as a coach, as a consultant. You've got to get yourself out there like this, short little videos like this. Notice that those are not even professional. I caught her in the hallway, right? Veronica, I walked into the hallway and I just put her on the spot. She didn't have a chance to do her hair and do that. And I said, okay, I'm just going to ask you a series of questions. All right, go. And then we just went for 6 minutes. And that's what we did. It's that simple. Isn't this the most
Dennis,
simple thing?
that was yeah, that's super easy. And I've been I just liked how, I think what was helpful is if someone else is actually asking you that prompt question. I think that would be a big help to record even those informal videos.
Amazing. Who's saying that?
It's Natasha.
Natasha, where are you?
Oh,
there you are at the top right there. Okay.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Natasha. And I like your background. That's nice. You got a pro setup there, a good webcam. All right. What else? What else do you guys think?
I have a question, Dennis.
Yes.
So, I've always told you I'm like your biggest groupie, right? Like I tell you that in person. I tell you that every time I see you. So hi, nice to see you again. As you know, I've followed you and Mark for a while. How does one gauge that you're being effective in your personal branding? Do you do a Google search of yourself? Like, how do you go about starting to track the metrics to know that it's having an impact and that it's growing versus not, since you're all into metrics?
Yeah, I'm an analytics guy. It's kind of funny because the most valuable things in life are free and the ones that can be measured are actually second best. So I like to look at personal brand in the 3 stages of the funnel. So you can, top, middle, bottom, or I like to call it why, how, and what. And if you're at a stage where you need to generate revenue, so maybe you move from California to Oklahoma City and you need to generate new patients, then at the bottom, the value of your personal brand is how many patients you're getting, right? How many calls you're getting that turn into appointments, that turn into patients, right? That turn into care plans, right? You got to make money, right? Because at the top of the funnel is general awareness. How many people know about you, how many followers you have, how many people are engaging on your stuff. And that's great and all to have a larger presence, but that presence has to move to some kind of engagement where you've started a conversation with them, where you've collected an email address, where they've come to your website, right? And then from there, from your website down to they become a paying customer. They bought your book, they bought consulting, they sign up for a mastermind, they bought your e-commerce products, whatever it is to generate income. So we look at those at 3 stages of the funnel, and you'll notice that those measurements of your personal brand are no different than measuring your business. I mean, wouldn't you measure your business the same way? Doesn't it have nothing to do with social media? The metrics that I just mentioned have nothing to do with Facebook or Instagram or email or your website or yellow page ads, or it has nothing to do with marketing channels. It has everything to do with how many people do I have at each of those 3 stages in the funnel. And I want to take a hard look at that often because I'm going to rebalance my efforts on what's working the best. So you can see with Veronica, she had, 4 or 5 of those videos, and she's boosting them out there for $1 a day. And she might find that she's doing better on Twitter for some reason. Who knows? Like her audience is on Twitter. Maybe there's more Spanish speaking folks on Twitter. It's more mobile for her particular conditions. People are, who knows, right? Or some people, they do better on YouTube. Some people, they do better on Facebook, but wherever it is, I'm not just willy-nilly spending money. I'm taking a look at, I'm putting $1 a day against these particular components and then saying, wherever it's working the best, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put $5 a day against that now for a week. Now I'm going to spend the big bucks. I'm going to spend $35 on that post, right? And then I'm just going to keep learning, and things that are working, like Veronica talking about how she treats autoimmune or arthritis or whatnot. Don't you think that that is something that could live for years? Why would she boost that post only for a week? The biggest issue I see with people who start to get going because they get excited and they make 1-minute videos and they do some boosting, just like we see here, is that a week or 2 later, they forget about posts that are working well, and then they just let them die. Why would you do that? But the beauty is, even if you neglected it and it was still a couple months ago and it's already run out of budget and it's been another 2 months, so it's been dormant, you can still reactivate it and it'll come back to life just as nicely as if it was on the whole time, which is amazing, right? So anytime I'm looking at optimizing a personal brand for Chaya, for anybody, I'm thinking I'd rather put 80% of my effort to get more out of what's already working than trying to make new stuff, right? Most people, they're constantly trying to make a new website. I don't know why people keep wanting to make a new website for some reason, right? They want to do more content. They want to have a new campaign. Here's our summer, Christmas, whatever special. I don't care about that. I care about anything that's already worked. It could be testimonials from years ago. Any content you have that's already worked, I want to put 80% of my effort into getting more out of what's already working and only 20% in the coming up with new stuff. Because you're just going to get way better ROI off of something that's already got some data. So with personal branding, It's an optimization of where do you have assets at different stages in the funnel? Do I have tracking against each of those? And then where should I allocate my chips? If I don't really know what's going on, I'm just going to randomly shoot in the dark. I go to Vegas and I bet everything on black. Well, that's not the smartest thing, right? Yeah, Pat's laughing because she knows a lot of people do that with their personal branding. Well, I heard so-and-so say that you should be on TikTok. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on what's working well for you. Where's your content working well? Now, if you don't have much content, then you do have to start initially until you have things that are working. And then you have something to work with, and you're constantly enhancing this content library. The very best items you're going to put into your 3x3 grid, your greatest hits, the top 3 top of funnel, the top 3 middle of funnel, the top 3 bottom of funnel. And so those are your 9 greatest things, top 3 in each 3 layers of the funnel. And you'll constantly go back to that. Anytime you create new content, it needs to tie back to this 3x3 evergreen, and in other words, constantly reusable content. You could try some new thing. You could buy some new marketing software tool. I get hip all the time, like, oh, Dennis, have you seen this one tool that does Instagram chatbots? Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Or I've never heard of that tool, but that's interesting. But I want to be wary of chasing these red shiny objects. And most people spend 80% of their time, 90% of the time chasing all this stuff versus, wait. Let's focus on our greatest hits. Let's focus on our best patients, our best clients, things that we're already known for, instead of trying to do like all this other stuff, right? I love David and his black cowboy hat. That is so awesome. That's such solid branding. I would wear that all the time because then like, oh, I recognize David because he's doing that. But if he wore a different colored hat every time, then I wouldn't recognize him, right? And if I can't see you guys, like I see Nitsan or Savink or Kathy, Lucinda, I see your face. I see your profile pictures, but Twanda, I don't see your face. I'd love to see your face, right?
Hello, Dennis.
Oh, where's that?
It's Agnes Mina.
Oh, there you are.
I have a question. I don't want to show my face right now because I'm just, resting here. And I have a question for you.
Okay.
In 2019, I didn't even know that there are like more than 10 million Googled my name. And Bank of America told me that when I opened up my business account. And then I have 2 accounts actually, and I have more than 20,000 impressions. I haven't done nothing in my website. I haven't sold anything, but I'm just tweeting on God and my career as a scientist, 41 years, and also in healthcare, as an inspector, quality assurance, blah, blah, blah. So I'm on the process of launching my book, devotional book for leadership, and also a lot of things on how to become it's like transforming and reforming healthcare system. Mm-hmm. So how to become a director, because my purpose is, I'm always like my former job, because I quit that. I oversee more than 10,000 healthcare providers like doctor, nurses. So I quit that because for me, I cannot fix the system that doesn't want to obey the law. So now, right now, so everyone is already waiting for me to launch something, and on the end of this month, I'm invited again to say something to the national whistleblower. I was in the House of Senate last 2019, so I really don't know how to do this, But I know a lot of people are waiting. My number 1 follower is Mayo Clinic. This is an amazing grace because they have more than 2 million followers.
Wow.
They only follow 1,700, and I'm one of them.
Congrats.
So that is like, you can imagine, I have followers like millions all over the world, on the book side, because I have 2 accounts. But I haven't done nothing on my website. People are waiting for me to launch something. And I think because I believe that you have to do it right the first time. Just like when I train them, because I do competency of all nurses and doctor, how to do their job, prepare hospitals, clinics for inspection. So I always teach them, how to learn well, how to serve well, how to love well. So everybody will live well and everybody will be happy, right? So you always do it right the first time. You don't want to put any confusion in their brain, So what do you think I should do?
I think you already know. And I've been looking at your profile.
If you look at my profile, it's like, that was from when I was invited in the United Nations,
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know what to do, really. I'm just waiting. waiting and waiting. I don't know
Yeah.
how. So I have two websites, one is for, that's another one. And another one is for when Mayo Clinic follows. So read what I say about, because I stopped doing anything in my website. But if you're going to read what I said about it, about what is my main purpose, is really to redeem the lost time of people, that even if we have done something which is not good, we can still do the right thing, it's not too late, So yeah, that's what I would like. I tweet on biblical, the wisdom, which is the source of wisdom is God. And then combining with my experience in healthcare as an inspector and regulatory compliance person. So because I want to tell them what is truth, what is just, what is fair. Yeah, so I don't know.
I think you just said it. The intersection of biblical principles and healthcare.
Yeah, so for me, counsel from the book is I haven't even done anything on that. The reason why I said counsel from the book is there are 3 books for me: the Bible, the regulatory law, and the book of medicine. So basic is important, foundation is important. So if you don't have foundation, then everything will fall into pieces. So it's about basic principle of foundation of truth and knowledge. So I really don't know what to do. So that's why, I'm here, would like to learn, and how you can help me.
You should write a book.
Yeah, believe me, this book is launching. I finished a book already 2 years ago, and I haven't launched it. And the one who gave
got to get it out there. And then you got to launch a podcast to promote the book or get on other people's podcasts.
I have so many invitations to speak, but I'm so afraid to speak.
Well, I think you know what you need to do. You guys know what you need to do, right?
I'm not afraid to speak, but I have
Yes, we do.
It's like tactful, how to, because I speak truth all the time, and I know people are not happy to hear the truth.
Yeah,
so,
especially talking about COVID. Be careful.
So you have to be like, COVID, because I went to med school, and I know the common colds, and I know, it's part of life, just like flu vaccine, is like it doesn't work. That's why you have to get flu vaccine every year. So yeah, but anyway, so I'm still waiting. What am I gonna do? Because I really want to do it right the first time.
Yeah, don't worry about trying to do everything perfect. Perfect's the enemy of the good. Perfectionism is what kills a lot of good things that you could just launch today. Something that was done today generally is going to be better than something you never do months from now. Obviously, I'm not saying as a surgeon you should just go do something crazy, or if you're a doctor to be reckless.
Excellence, actually, it's not perfection. Yeah. Only God is perfect.
But you've got to get yourself out there. And you've been in practice for how long? Quite a while, right? You're well known. If the Mayo Clinic's following you, you've got publications and research out there. It's time to put it out. You're never going to find a perfect time, right? This is one of those situations. Chandler is the CEO of Self-Publishing School, and he and I did some private training, which if you message Stephanie at blitzmetrics.com, I'll give you access to that training on how to publish your first book in an easy, almost effortless way. And we even have a little package for $1,000 where we will sit down with you and help you figure out what it is that you want to put in your book, help you structure it. And then based on the outline, we do a 1-hour recording. And any of you guys can do this. You don't have to hire us. Just do it the way we're saying. You record that 1-hour video, and then you cut that 1-hour video with your virtual assistants or Fiverr or whatnot into different chapters and turn it into a book. And then that book is what drives your authority, right? Let me show you one example of how this is done, just so you can see it's not as hard as a lot of, just like Deanna saw, it's not as hard as you might think it is. So one of my friends, this Vegas nerve, so he's a chiropractor. So they've got this thing, and they made this 1-hour webinar on the vagus nerve, okay, and how it's responsible for all kinds of things. And you can see, this is not it. Oh, this is a template. See if this is the one. No, that's not the one. But I'll show you. There's a 1-hour webinar. Is it this one? Vegas Demystified. We track everything in Basecamp. So we turned it into, that's not the one I want. Took the one, we ran through our process and then turned it into this book. Literally just a webinar of these guys talking, put in some images, some diagrams. Here, let me download it here. And it's simply just taking the topics that you care about medicine, about health, about biblical principles. Be careful about things like COVID or whatever, right? And it turned into this book. And now they have an ebook. Now they can take this book and they can put it on Amazon and put it out there. Now they have something they can share with their patients. as a lead magnet, right? And the process of writing a book is what helps you clarify what it, so the questions you're asking, Agnes, hey guys, we're recording, by the way. Hey, we're recording. The process of, this is what happens with Corona times. The process of going through your topics and clarifying your knowledge and your network and what you stand for is actually what helps you produce the book. So it's almost like taking the initiative to want to produce your book is the thing that you need that helps you create focus. Otherwise, it's like, well, I'll never, now's not the right time because I'm busy. There's never going to be the right time to put something like this together. But you have enough passion, you have enough knowledge that now is a great time to turn this into a book, I think. I think all of us should be promoting books. Mark Lack wrote his book, what is it, like 9 years ago, something like that, Shorten the Gap. But I think everybody should have a book, because a book you can turn into a course, you can turn into all kinds of content. Each chapter can tie to the different topics. You can make videos against each of these particular components. You can launch a podcast from it. They're all the same thing. It's all video. So it's all this, it's one video of an hour that encapsulates the things that you care about. And you can continue to expand. It's a living, breathing document, your topic wheel of all the topics you care about. And you're constantly adding to different parts of it as you're meeting people, as you're making 1-minute videos, with your phone, you're constantly enhancing that. So think about that. Think about how they're all really the same thing. The book, the course, your brand, your website, your Twitter, your Instagram, they're all the same thing. Because really it's just a set of videos that then you have these virtual assistants edit, and then they're pushing it out across all these other places. That's what I want you guys to see. What do you think? Does that help, Agnes? Or is that just more confusing?
No, I already know what my book will be. The only problem is
let's get it out. What's stopping you?
It's like swimming
2 years, right? What?
It's swimming against the tide. This is about preventing medical error, because the number 3 leading cause of death is medical error. So I'm
got to get it out there. There's all these people that are dying because of medical errors. Why are you waiting?
85% of patients who enter the hospital died. Can you imagine that? A medical error.
Well, why don't let's get the word out.
So number 3 leading cause of death. How much more now with COVID? And I know it.
Agnes, it's time to save lives. Why are we holding back? You write the whole, you don't put the truth under a bushel, do you?
I have already more than 100 pages that it needs to be bound.
You have to be the light on the hill, Agnes.
Yeah, I will see.
The Bible quote. What's the Bible quote on don't hide it under the bushel, right? If you have the light, right?
Yeah, I have it. But the timing is, now. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Lamp under the bushel. Matthew 5:15, right? That's the one. You got to get it out there. All right. Well, you know what you need to do, Agnes. Get that book out. And everyone else out there, make your video. Same kind of thing.
Yeah, I need your help. So I'm going to hire you to help me.
Yep. We do have done for you services.
Thank you.
So we do, the way we make money, we do this for a living, is we train up young adults and house moms and a lot of folks in the Philippines. And this is creating jobs for all of them to be able to elevate entrepreneurs and use this we call it the content engine. All these things we're doing is the engine. You create content, we put in social media, repurpose it, push it out there, all driven by processes, driven by you making video. If you make video, that's the fuel that we need. And then everything else can happen. That way, you as the entrepreneur, you as the author, the doctor, you spend that 5% of the time making the content, then the 95% is us doing all this other stuff. And I see most people, they don't get their website or their book or their videos, or they don't get that thing done because they look at the enormity of this entire task instead of realizing, wait a minute, I could just outsource 95% of it. And then all I have to do is make the content. And then these other folks are going to follow a process. That's what we've got to be able to do. If you do it right, it's about $1,000. Some people are able to do that. Some people look at that and say, wow, that's really cheap. So James is asking, yeah, the content engine is $1,000 a month for us. So we crank through our process. We've got a team of people that do that. Mostly people who are doctors. We have real estate agents. We have other people who are expert in a certain area. If you don't have an expertise, it's going to be hard for us to be able to run our engine because we're counting on you for that expertise in that content. I'll say Chaya asks, Dennis, do you have recommendations on how to find a person to create the 1-minute videos? Guess who creates the 1-minute videos? You do. You put them on your phone. But then the editing of them, we have an army of virtual assistants in the Philippines. And you could hire people on Fiverr too. We did a training for Mark in this group a year ago on how to hire a virtual assistant on onlinejobs.com. And I think I also did another one on how to use Fiverr. If you guys are interested, I could do another one on how do you hire someone on Fiverr. for like $10 or $50 or whatnot, just to get something one-off done. But if you want something on an ongoing basis, you want to hire someone full-time, because then they're just going to be working for you $500 a month full-time. And then they learn your brand. They know about your knowledge. They know your network. They know who you are. They know how to say things in your voice. If you hire someone one-off, you can get something done quickly, but then that person moves off to another project, then you can't find them again. They're not available, and you have to keep hiring and rehiring, which is great if you want to do something one-off. But if you have a brand, if you have a business, if you have consulting and patient revenue, then you really do need to bring people in-house who are just on your team, as opposed to, every time you have to like reteach somebody and rehire. They need to like relearn everything about who you are, that kind of thing, right? So I really love the ongoing flywheel of the greatest hits of content that we just continue to tune with people that know the content and continue to just keep improving it. Okay. Oh, LinkedIn. We didn't get to talk about LinkedIn. Well, we'll have to do that. You know what? You got to tell Mark and Ryan, we need Dennis back. Everyone go tell Mark, tell him, crowdfund this thing or whatever it is. Not crowdfunding, you're getting for free. But like, by like vote of demand, tell them, and we'll do more.